the night that the shooting happened in Charlotte, we were all at a talk where Leroy Barber, we had invited Leroy Barber to come into town. He's written a book, I don't remember the name of it, Embrace. So he came and talked about his book and made the announcement that there was a shooting. And so we got home. We found out that there were people that were protesting that night, but we ended up staying home. And then the next day, we started joining the protest and kind of protested for the next 2 weeks. There was something happening every night for sure, and then afternoons as well. And so one thing I noticed is that my neighbors were not protesting. And I usually try to gauge if I should participate in something, it's because my neighborhoods are participating in something, but they weren't participating. So that was just of note to me. But I got the sense and felt, and had already felt like, and even the saints that have created were in response to when Trayvon Martin was killed. Youth in our youth group would say that could be me. And that was very frightening and kind of an aha moment. And I guess something I already knew, like in the back of my being somewhere, but it was just right in our face. And then, so there was a lot of that going on. Then there was all that thug language that was happening, and so that's why the saints came into being. So we have been talking about and working on My Story Matters and crafting our stories and looking at our life timelines and doing a lot of that work together. And so when it was right there in Charlotte, I felt like, and totally be like, dream world, but I felt like I was standing on behalf of neighbors who weren't going. Neighbors were still like going to work and taking care of their kids and making food and surviving. And I have the luxury of being able to figure out how to balance that and still go out into the streets. So I also wore a stole, or mostly a stole, so that I wanted to be seen and understood as pastoral, and for folks to be able to see that pastoral meant righteous anger, standing against injustice. It felt like after a time that if you were in the clergy role in that space, clergy just walked around like not knowing what to do, a lot of them. And so then we were kind of seen as the bad guys, because there were some times that clergy absolutely did the wrong thing. And so there were times when it was like, well, do I now wear a stole because I'm going to look like those dodos or whatever? Like moments where I'm like, what do I do? And that's when I just send out Greg. So, but I went and participated because I felt like a gut solidarity with folks. And I also was super angry because there was all this talk of things being riots, because like some glass got broken and all of a sudden we're in a riot situation. And that just made me furious, because it just kind of distracted from what was really actually taking place. And so I felt like if I was present in this space, then maybe there would be a question mark. Maybe this isn't a riot if this like kind of homely white lady with a stole is on the streets. Maybe they can't say that about me, and if they do, I can challenge that. So those are some of the reasons why I participated.
Did you have a sense what the kids thought about it, felt about it?
Oh, we have taken them to a lot of Moral Monday things, and we had taken them to so when they were doing voter suppression and stuff, we took them to some marches. So they had participated in marches, but we weren't about to take them out to nighttime marches here in Charlotte. So they were just kind of like, of course, that's what Greg and Helms do, and they don't conceive of us in any other way than to be in the marches. And so they were just like, yeah. The other thing though, most recently, Greg ordered a Black Lives Matter shirt. We haven't had one until then. He ordered one. It's too small for him, so I was wearing it. And like in certain spaces, I had wondered, is this okay for me to wear? I'm not sure. I don't know what to think about this. Mark was like, yeah, Black Lives Matter. It's like on all the social media. But anyway, so I wore it to the beach retreat, just to kind of test the waters. Like, I'm going to wear it on the beach retreat. We've got 19 people. All the youth group is there. I'm just going to, wear this and see, just, listen for comments. Nobody said a single thing. It was just and so then it was clearly I'm the one that has these things going on. But all the kids in the space were like, of course, this is who you are. This is what we are. This is what we are together. And so they said, I'm glad you're doing that. I'm not going down there. But at the same time, they didn't think it was surprising or strange or anything.